So this problem is asking you to write and solve a system of equations to find the dimensions of this rectangle. So a rectangle has a width and a length, and it has a perimeter. So they've told us some pieces of information we need to find the width and the length. We know the perimeter is 50, and we know the length is 5 more than 3 times the width. So I've written one equation for that last sentence. The length is 5 more than 3 times the width, or L equals 3W plus 5. So that's one of the equations for the system. The other equation in your system is the perimeter equation. And this is true for any rectangle, that the perimeter is equal to 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. In this problem, we're told the perimeter is 50. So instead of P equals 2L plus W, in our system, I've written 50 equals 2L plus 2W. So these two together with the curly bracket is our system of equations. Once you have a system, you will want to replace or eliminate one of the variables, because the whole point of a system of equations is having two variables that can be defined in different ways so that you can eliminate one of those variables and actually solve something, because you cannot solve an equation that has two variables in it. We're going to make one equation that has only W's and no L's. So the way to do that is I've taken this blue equation and I've rewritten it, but instead of the L next to the 2, I've written what L is equal to. L is 3W plus 5. So I've written the 3W plus 5 where the L should have been. Then you can solve for W. You do your regular algebra work here. You distribute the 2 and you combine like terms. So when you distribute, you get 6W plus 10. You have to combine that with what was already there. You'll end up with 50 equals 8W plus 10. Subtract 10 on both sides, divide by 8 on both sides, and you'll find that W is 5. Once you know one of your variables, you can now solve the other if you put it into one of your original equations. So choose one of your original equations and replace W with 5 to solve for L. So I've taken the first one, the red equation, because it's shorter, and I recommend you always do less work, so shorter is better. So we've taken this red equation, L equals 3W plus 5, and instead of W, I put our answer for W. So 3 times 5 plus 5. So we get that L is 20. So now we have solved for the length and width of the rectangle. You can check your work here by adding all the sides and making sure that the perimeter of this rectangle is indeed 50, like they stated in the problem. So 20 plus 5 plus 20 plus 5 is 50. So we have answered that question correctly.